and the chief mourner, Scrooge, signed it.
And Scrooge's name was good upon change for anything that he chose to put his hand to.
Old Marley was as dead as a doornail.
Scrooge knew he was dead?
Of course he did.
How could it be otherwise?
Scrooge and he were partners for I don't know how many years.
Scrooge was his sole executor,
His sole administrator,
his sole assign,
his sole registary legatee,
his sole friend,
and sole mourner.
And even Scrooge was not so dreadfully cut out by the side event, but that he was an excellent man of business on the very day of the funeral, and solemnized it with an undoubted bargain.
Scrooge never painted out old Marley's name.
there it stood, years afterwards, above the warehouse door.
Scrooge and Marley.
The firm was known as?
Scrooge and Marley.
Oh,
Sometimes people new to the business called Scrooge,
Scrooge,
and sometimes
Marley.
but he answered to both names.
It was all the same to him.
it was all the same to him. Oh, but he was a tight-fisted hand at the grindstone, Scrooge.
A squeezing,
Wrenching,
Grasping,
Scraping, clutching,
covetous old sinner! Hard and sharp as flint, and as solitary as an oyster. The cold within him froze his old features, nipped his pointed nose, shriveled his cheek, stiffened his gait, made his eyes red, his thin lips blue, and spoke out shrewdly in his grating voice. He often carried his own low temperature always about with him. He iced his office in the dog days, and didn't thaw it 1 degree at Christmas.
bah humbug!
foul weather didn't know where to have him. The heaviest rain,
and snow,
And hail and sleet could boast of their advantage over him in only one respect. They often came down handsomely, but Scrooge never did.
but what did Scrooge care? To edge his way along the crowded paths of life, warning all human sympathy to keep its distance, was the very thing he liked. Once upon a time, of all the good days of the year on Christmas Eve, old Scrooge sat busy in his counting house. The door of Scrooge's counting house was open, that he might keep his eye upon his clerk, who in a dismal little cell beyond, a sort of tank, was copying letters.
Scrooge had a very small fire. The clerk's fire was so very much smaller that it looked like one coal. But he couldn't replenish it, for Scrooge kept the coal box in his own room.
And so, surely as the clerk came in with a shovel, the master predicted that it would be necessary for them to part. Wherefore the clerk put on his white comforter and tried to warm himself at the candle, in which effort, not being a man of strong imagination, he failed.
A Merry Christmas, Uncle. God save you.
Bah humbug!
Christmas a humbug, Uncle. You don't mean that, I am sure.
I do. Merry Christmas! What right do you have to be merry? You're poor enough.
Come then. What's right to be dismal? You're rich enough.
Bah!
Don't be cross, Uncle.
What else can I be when I live in such a world of fools as this? Merry Christmas! Out upon Merry Christmas! What's Christmas time to you but a time for paying bills without money? A time for finding yourself a year older and not an hour richer?
Uncle.
If I had my way, every idiot who went around with Merry Christmas on his lips should be boiled in his own pudding and buried with a stake of holly through his heart.
Uncle.
He should.
Uncle.
Nephew, keep Christmas in your way and let me keep it in mine.
Keep it, but you don't keep it.
Let me leave it alone then. Much good may it do you. Much good has it ever done you.
There are many things by which I may have derived good, by which I have not profited, I dare say, Christmas among the rest. But I do believe whenever I thought of Christmas time, when it has come around, as a good time, a kind, forgiving, charitable, pleasant time. The only time I know of when men and women seem to open their shut-up hearts freely. And though it has never put a scrap of gold or silver in my pocket, I believe it has done me good, and it will do me good. And I
hear another sound from you, you'll keep your Christmas by losing your situation. You're quite a powerful speaker, sir. I wonder you don't go into Parliament.
Come and dine with us tomorrow.
I'll see you in Hades first.
But why?
Why did you get married?
Because I fell in love.
Because you fell in love.
Nay, uncle, why cannot we be friends?
Good afternoon.
I'm very sorry with all of my heart to find you so resolute. But I've made my trial and homage to Christmas, and I'll keep my Christmas humor to the last. So a Merry Christmas, Uncle.
Good afternoon.
And a Happy New Year.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
The clerk, in letting Scrooge's nephew out, had let two other people in.
Scrooge and Marley's, I believe. Have I the pleasure of addressing Mr. Scrooge or Mr. Marley?
Mr. Marley has been dead these 7 years. He died 7 years ago this very night.
We have no doubt his liberality is well represented by his surviving partner.
At this festive season of the year, Mr. Scrooge, it is more than usually desirable to make some slight provision for the poor and destitute who suffer greatly at the present time. Many thousands are in want of common necessaries. Hundreds of thousands are in want of common comforts, sir.
Are there no prisons?
Plenty of prisons.
And the union workhouses? Are they still in operation?
They are, though I wish I could say they were not.
Oh, I thought, by what you had said at first, that something had occurred to stop them in their useful course. I'm very glad to hear it.
Under the impression that they scarcely furnish Christian cheer of mind and body to the multitude, a few of us are endeavoring to raise a fund to help buy the poor some meat to drink and means of warmth. We choose this time because it is a time of all others where want is keenly felt and abundance rejoices.
What shall I put you down for?
Nothing.
You wish to be anonymous?
I wish to be left alone. Since you ask me what I wish, madam, that is my answer. I do not make merry myself at Christmas, and I cannot afford to make idle people merry. I help to support the establishments I have mentioned. They cost enough, and those who are badly off must go there.
Many can't go there, and many would rather die.
If they had rather die, then they better do it, and decrease the surplus population. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
God rest ye merry gentlemen, let nothing you dismay. Remember Christ our Savior was born on Christmas Day.
The owner of one young, scant nose, gnawed and mumbled by the hungry cold, as bones are gnawed by dogs, stooped down at Scrooge's keyhole to regale him with a Christmas carol.
God rest ye merry gentlemen, let nothing you dismay.
You'll want all day tomorrow, I suppose.
If quite convenient, sir.
It's not convenient, and it's not fair. If I was to stop half a crown for it, you'd think yourself ill-used. But you don't think me ill-used when I pay a day's wages for no work.
It's only once a year, sir.
A poor excuse for picking a man's pocket every 25th of December. But I suppose you must have the whole day. Be here all the earlier the next morning.
Yes, sir. I promise I will, sir. Thank you, sir.
The office was closed in a twinkling.
And the clerk, with the long ends of his white comforter dangling below his waist, for he boasted no great coat,
Went down the slide of Cornhill at the end of the lane of boys 20 times.
In honor of its being Christmas Eve.
And then ran home to Camden Town as hard as he could pelt.
To play
having beguiled the rest of the evening with his banker's book, went home to bed.
He lived in chambers which had once belonged to his deceased partner.
They were a gloomy suite of rooms,
Old and dreary now, for nobody lived there but Scrooge.
and the yard was so dark that even Scrooge, who knew its every stone, was fain to grope with his hands.
Now, it is a fact that there was nothing at all particular about the knocker on the door.
Except that it was very large.
It is also a fact that Scrooge had seen it, night and morning, during his whole residence in that place.
Also, that Scrooge had as little of what is called fancy about him as any man in the city of London.
And Scrooge, having his key in the lock of the door, saw in the knocker, without its undergoing any intermediate process of change, not a knocker,
But Marley's face,
Marley's face.
with the dismal light about it, like a bad lobster in a dark cellar. It was not angry or ferocious, but looked at Scrooge as Marley used to look, with ghostly spectacles turned up upon its ghostly forehead.
As Scrooge looked fixedly at this phenomenon, it was a knocker again.
Marley's face. Bah!
Oh, but Scrooge was not a man to be frightened by echoes.
Quite satisfied, he closed the door and locked himself in.
Double locked himself in.
Which was not his custom.
His glance happened to rest upon a bell.
A disused bell that hung in the room and communicated for some purpose now forgotten with the chamber in the highest story of the building.
As he looked, Scrooge saw this bell begin to swing.
The same face.
The very same.
Marley in his pigtail, usual waistcoat, tights, and boots.
His body was transparent, so that Scrooge, observing him, and looking through his waistcoat, could see the two buttons on his coat behind.
Scrooge had often heard it said that Marley had no bowels. But he never did believe it until now.
How now? What do you want with me?
Much.
Who are you?
Ask me who I was.
Who were you then?
In life, I was your partner, Jacob Marley.
Can you sit down?
I can.
Do it then.
You don't believe in me.
I don't.
What evidence would you have of my reality beyond that of your senses?
I don't know.
Why do you doubt your senses?
Because a little thing affects them. A slight disorder of the stomach makes them cheat. You might be an undigested bit of beef, a blot of mustard, a crumb of cheese, a fragment of an underdone potato. There's more of gravy than of gray about you, whatever you are.
Whoa!
Dreadful apparition, why do you come to me? Why do spirits walk the earth, and why do they come to me?
It is required of every man that the spirit within him should walk abroad amongst his fellow men and travel far and wide. If the spirit goes not forth in life, it is condemned to do so after death.
You are fettered. Tell me why.
I wear the chain I forged in life. I made it link by link and yard by yard. I girded it upon my own free will, and of my own free will I wore it. Is its pattern strange to you, or would you know the weight and length of the strong coil you bear yourself? It was full as heavy and as long as this, 7 Christmas Eves ago. You have labored on it since. It is a ponderous chain.
Jacob! Oh, Jacob Marley, tell me more. Speak comfort to me, Jacob.
I have none to give. A very little is all that is permitted to me. Mark me, in life my spirit never roved beyond the narrow limits of our money-changing hold, and weary journeys lie before me. Oh, captive bound in double iron, never to know that no space of regret can make amends for one's life's opportunities misused. Yes, such was I, oh, such was I.
But you were always a good man of business, Jacob.
Business. Mankind was my business. The common welfare was my business. Charity, mercy, forbearance, and benevolence were all my business. The dealings of my trade were but a drop of water in the comprehensive ocean of my business. Hear me, my time is nearly gone.
I will. But don't be hard upon me. Don't be flowery, Jacob, pray.
I'm here tonight to warn you that you have yet a chance and hope of escaping my fate, Ebenezer.
You are always a good friend to me. Thank you.
You will be haunted by 3 spirits.
Is that the chance and hope you mentioned, Jacob?
It is.
I think I'd rather not.
Without their visits, you cannot hope to shun the path that I tread. Expect the first tomorrow night, when the bell tolls 1. Expect the second on the next night, at the same hour. Expect the third on the next night, when the last stroke of 12 has ceased to vibrate. Look to see me no more, and that, for your own sake, you remember what has passed between us.
Bah!
And being, from the emotion he had undergone, or the fatigues of the day, or the glimpse of the invisible world, or the lateness of the hour, and much in need of repose,
Went straight to bed.
And fell asleep upon the instant.
When Scrooge awoke, it was so dark that looking out of bed, he could scarcely distinguish the transparent window from the opaque walls of his chamber.
12. Why, it is impossible to have slept through the day and far into another night. It is impossible that anything has happened to the sun, and this is 12 at noon. Scrooge lay in this state until the chimes had gone 3 quarters more, when he remembered on a sudden that the ghost had warned him of a visitation when the bell tolled 1. He resolved to stay awake until the hour had passed.
The hour bell sounded with a deep, dull, hollow, melancholy 1.
Light flashed in the room upon the instant.
A strange figure, like a child, yet not so like a child as like an old woman.
Its hair, which hung about its neck and down its back, was white as if with age. And yet there was not a wrinkle in it, and the tenderest bloom was on the skin.
But the strangest thing about it was that from the crown of its head there sprang a bright, clear jet of light by which all this was visible. Are you the spirits whose comings foretold to me?
I am the ghost of Christmas past.
Long past.
No, your past. Rise and walk with me.
It would have been vain for Scrooge to plead that the bed was warm and the thermometer a long way below freezing.
That he was clad but lightly in his slippers, dressing gown, and nightcap.
And that he had a cold upon him at the time.
I am mortal, and liable to fall.
Bear but a touch of my hands there, and you shall be upheld in more than this.
As the words were spoken, they passed through the wall and stood upon an open country road with fields on either hand. The city had entirely vanished.
Good heaven! I was bred in this place. I was a boy here.
You recollect the way?
Recollect it? I could walk it blindfold.
Strange to have forgotten it for so many years. Let us go on.
Wassail all over the town. Our toasted is white and our ale is brown. Our bullet is made of the white maple tree. Oh, wassailing, go, we'll drink to thee. Wassail all over the town. Our toasted is white and our ale is brown. Our bullet is made of the white maple tree. Oh, wassailing, go, we'll drink to thee. Oh, wassailing, go, we'll drink to thee.
These are but shadows of the things that have been. They have no consciousness of us.
They left the high road by a well-remembered lane, and soon approached a mansion of dull brick.
They went, the ghost and Scrooge, across the hall
It opened before them and disclosed a long, bare, melancholy room, made barer still by plain lines of deal forms and desks.
The school is not quite deserted. The solitary child, neglected by his friends, is left there still.
Dear brother, Fan, oh Fan!
I have come to bring you home, Ebenezer.
Home, little Fan.
Yes, home for good and all, home forever and ever.
Bring down Master Scrooge's box there.
Bring down Master Scrooge's box. Master Scrooge's box here.
Father is so much kinder than he used to be, and that's home like heaven. He spoke so gently to me one dear night when I was going to bed that I was not afraid to ask him once more if he might come home. And he said, yes, you should, and send me in a coach to bring you, and you're to be a man and never come back here again. But first, we are to be together all Christmas long.
Always a delicate creature, whom a breath might have withered. But she had a large heart.
So she had. You were right. I'll not gainsay it, Spirit. God forbid.
She died a woman, and had, as I think, children.
One child.
True, your nephew.
Yes. I wish, but it's too late now.
What's the matter?
Nothing. Nothing. There was a boy singing a Christmas carol at my door last night. I would have liked to give him something. That's all.
Let us see another Christmas.
Although they had, but that moment, left the school behind them, they were now in the busy thoroughfares of a city.
Here too it was Christmas time again, but it was evening now, and the streets were lighted up. The ghost stopped at a certain warehouse door.
Do you know this place?
Know it? Was I apprenticed here?
Ha ha!
Why, it's old Fezziwig. Bless his heart, it's Fezziwig alive again.
Yo ho there! Ebenezer! Dick!
Ebenezer!
Dick! Dick Wilkins, to be sure. Bless me, yes, there he is.
Yo ho, my boys! No more work tonight. Christmas Eve, Dick! Christmas Eve, Ebenezer! Let's have the shutters up, clear away now, and let's have lots of room. Cheer up, Dick! Hilly-ho, Ebenezer! On the 12th day of Christmas, my true love sent to me 12 drummers drumming, 11 pipers piping, 10 lords a-leaping, 9 ladies dancing, 8 maids a-milking, 7 swans a-swimming, 6 geese a-laying, 5 golden rings, 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree.
It was done in a minute. Every movable was packed off, as if it were dismissed from public life forevermore.
The floor was swept in water.
The lamps were trimmed, fuel was heaped upon the fire,
And the warehouse was as snug and warm and dry and bright a ballroom as one would desire to see upon a winter's night.
in came the fiddler with a music book, and went up to the lofty desk and made an orchestra of it, and tuned like 50 stomach aches.
In came Mrs. Fezziwig, one vast, substantial smile. In came the 3 Miss Fezziwigs, beaming and lovable.
In came the 6 young followers, whose hearts they broke.
In came all the young men and women that were employed in the business.
In came the housemaid,
With her cousin, the baker.
In came the cook with her brother's particular friend, the milkman.
In they all came, anyhow and everyhow. Away they all went.
20 couples at once.
Some shyly,
some boldly,
Some gracefully.
Some awkwardly.
the evening came after the roast had boiled, when the fiddlers struck up St. Bernard's Waltz. Fezziwig cut, and so dainty that he appeared to wink with his legs.
A small matter to make these silly folk so full of gratitude.
Small?
He has spent but a few pounds of your mortal money. 3 or 4, perhaps. Is that so much that he deserves this praise?
It isn't just that, Spirit. He has the power to render us happy or unhappy with words and looks that seem so slight and insignificant. It's impossible to counteradd them up. The happiness he gives is almost as great as if it cost a fortune.
What is the matter?
Nothing particular.
Something, I think.
No. I would just like to have a word or two with my clerk just now. That's all.
My time grows short. Quick!
This was not addressed to Scrooge, or to anyone whom he could see, but it produced an immediate effect. For again Scrooge saw himself. He was older now, a man in the prime of life. He was not alone, but sat by the side of a fair young girl in a black dress, in whose eyes there were tears, which sparkled out of the light that shone out of the ghost of Christmas past.
Well?
It matters little, Ebenezer. To you, very little. Another idol has displaced me. And if it can cheer you and comfort you in time to come as I would have tried to do, and I have no just cause to grieve.
What idol has displaced you?
A golden one. I have seen your nobler aspirations fall off, one by one, until the master passion, gain, engrosses you. Have I not?
Even if I have grown so much wiser, what then? I'm not changed towards you.
Your own feeling tells you that you are not what you are. I am.
Have I ever sought release?
In words? No. Never.
In what then?
In a changed nature. In an altered spirit. In another atmosphere of life, another hope as its great end. In everything that made my love of any worth or value in your sight. Tell me, if this had never been between us, would you seek me out? Try to win me now? No.
You think not?
I would rather think otherwise if I could. But if you are free today, tomorrow, yesterday, can even I believe that you would choose a dowerless girl? You, who in your very confidence with her, weigh everything by gain, or choosing her, if you were false enough to your one guiding principle to do so. Do I not know that your repentance and regret surely follow? I do, and I release you with a full heart for the love of him you once were. May you be happy in the life you have chosen.
Spirit, conduct me home. Why do you delight to torture me?
I have told you, these are the shadows of the things that have been. They are what they are. Do not blame me.
Remove me. I cannot bear it. Take me back. Hold me no longer.
As he struggled with the spirit, he was overcome by an irresistible drowsiness, and conscious of being exhausted, and, further, of being in his own bedroom.
He had barely time to reel the bed before he sank into a deep sleep.
Scrooge awoke in his own room.
There was no doubt about that.
He felt that he was restored to consciousness in the right nick of time.
For he wished to challenge the spirit on the moment of its appearance.
He was ready for a good broad field of strange appearances, and nothing between a baby and a rhinoceros would have astonished him very much.
He was not, by any means, however, prepared for
Nothing.
Ebenezer Scrooge, come in, come in.
his own adjoining room had undergone a surprising transformation.
The walls and ceiling were so hung with living things that it looked a perfect grove, from every side of which bright, gleaming berries glistened.
The crisp leaves of holly, mistletoe, and ivy reflected back to life, as if so many little mirrors had been scattered there.
In such a mighty blaze was roaring in the chimney.
As that dull petrification of a hearth had never known in Scrooge's time,
Or Marley's,
Or for many and many a winter season gone.
Even upon the floor, a former kind of throne, were turkeys, geese, game, poultry,
Prawns, great joints of meat,
suckling pigs,
long wreaths of sausages,
mince pie,
plum pudding,
barrels of oysters,
red-hot chestnuts,
cherry cheese apples, juicy oranges,
luscious pears, immense 12 cakes, and seething bowls of punch.
that made the chamber dim with their
Delicious steam!
Come in! Come in and know me better, man! I am the ghost of Christmas present. Look upon me. You've never seen the likes of me before.
Never.
Have you never walked with the younger members of my family? Meaning, for I am very young, my elder brothers born in these later years.
I don't think I have. I'm afraid I have not. Have you had many brothers, Spirit?
More than 1,800.
Tremendous family to provide for. Spirit, conduct me where you will. I went forth last night on compulsion, and I've learned a lesson which is working now. Tonight, if you have aught to teach me, let me profit by it.
Touch my robe. Tally-ho! Tally-ho!
Tally-ho!
streets were choked up with a dingy mist, half thawed, half frozen, whose heavier particles descended down in a shower of sooty atoms, as if all the chimneys in Great Britain had, by one consent, caught fire and were blazing away to their dear hearts' content.
And at the same time, there emerged from scores of by-streets, lanes, and nameless turnings, innumerable people carrying their dinners to the baker's shops.
Here we come a-wassailing among the leaves so green. Here we come a-wandering so fair to be seen. Love and joy come to you, and to you let Christmas too. And God bless you and send you a happy new year. And God send you a happy new year.
The sight of these poor revelers seemed to interest the spirit very much, for he stood with Scrooge beside him in a baker's doorway, and, taking off the covers as their bearers passed, sprinkled incense on their dinners from his torch. And it was a very uncommon kind of torch. For once,
If you don't mind,
Madam!
brother! I beg your pardon!
Pardon me.
or twice,
Pardon me.
I beg your pardon! Brother!
Madam!
If you don't mind,
when there were angry words between the dinner carriers who had gossiped each other, he shed a few drops of water on them from it, and their good humor was restored directly.
For they said, it was a shame to quarrel upon Christmas Day.
And so it was.
God love it.
So it was. So it was.
Is there a peculiar flavor from what you sprinkle from your torch?
There is my own.
Would it apply to any dinner on this day?
To any kindly given, to a poor one most,
Why to a poor one most?
because it needs it most. Huzzah!
Scrooge and the ghost passed on, and on the threshold of the door the spirit smiled and stopped to bless Bob Cratchit's dwelling. Think of that! Bob had but 15 bob a week himself. He pocketed on Saturdays but 15 copies of his Christian name. And yet the ghost of Christmas present blessed his four-roomed house.
Then uprose Mrs. Cratchit, Cratchit's wife, dressed out but poorly in a twice-turned gown, but brave in ribbons, which are cheap, and make a goodly show for sixpence.
Well, Master Peter Cratchit, plunging a fork into a saucepan of potatoes and getting the corners of his monstrous shirt collar in his mouth, rejoiced to find he was so gallantly attired.
What has ever got your precious father, then? And your brother Tiny Tim? And Martha weren't as late last Christmas Day by half an hour.
oh, bring us a figgy pudding, oh, bring us a figgy pudding, oh, bring us a figgy pudding and a cup of good cheer. We won't leave until we get some, we won't leave until we get some, we won't leave until we get some, so bring some right here. Here's Martha, Mother. Here's Martha, Mother.
That's such a goose, Martha.
Why, bless her heart alive, my dear, how late you are.
We've a deal of work to finish last night at the millinery, and had to clear away this morning, Mother.
Well, never mind that, so long as you are come. Sit ye down before the fire, my dear, and have a war, Lord bless ye.
No,
and keep us ever mindful of the needs of others. Amen.
I don't believe there ever was such a goose cooked. There never was such a goose cooked.
The pudding! The pudding! The pudding!
Suppose it should not be done enough.
Suppose it should break in turning out.
Suppose somebody should have gotten over the wall of the backyard and stolen it while we were married with the goose.
No!
Small pudding for a large family.
Ta-da!
Ooh. Oh, a wonderful pudding. I regard it as the greatest success achieved by you, my dear, since our marriage.
Now that that weight is off my mind, I must confess, I had my doubts about the quantity of flour.
A Merry Christmas to us all, my dears. God bless us.
God bless us!
God bless us, everyone.
Spirit, tell me if Tiny Tim will live.
I see a vacant seat in the poor chimney corner, and a crutch without its owner, carefully preserved. If these shadows remain unaltered by the future, the child will die.
Oh no, kind spirit, say he will be spared.
If these shadows remain unaltered by the future, none other of my race will find him here. What then? If he be like to die, he had better do it, and decrease the surplus population.
Spirit. Mr. Scrooge! I give you Mr. Scrooge, the founder of the feast!
The founder of the feast, indeed. I wish I had him here. I'd give him a piece of my mind to feast upon, and I hope he'd have the good appetite for it.
My dear, the children, Christmas Day.
It is Christmas Day, I'm sure, on which one drinks to the health of such an odious, stingy, hard, unfeeling man as Mr. Scrooge. You know he is, Robert. You know better than anyone, you poor fellow.
My dear, Christmas Day.
I'll drink to his health, for your sake, and the day's, not his. A long life to him, a Merry Christmas, and a Happy New Year. He'll be very merry and happy, I have no doubt.
Mr. Scrooge!
Mr. Scrooge!
where monstrous masses of rude stone were cast about, as if it were the burial place of giants.
What place is this?
A place where the miners live, who labor in the bowels of the earth. An old, old man and woman with their children and their children's children. But they know me. See?
Oh, little town of Bethlehem, how still we see thee rise above thy deep and dreamless sea, the silent stars so high.
The spirit did not tarry here, but bade Scrooge hold his road, and passing on above the moor, sped on above the black
to travel through the lonely darkness over an unknown abyss whose secrets were profound as death. It was a great surprise to Scrooge, while thus engaged, to hear a hearty laugh.
He said that Christmas was a humbug, as I live.
A humbug?
He believed it too. More shame for him, Fred. He's a comical old fellow. That's the truth. Not as pleasant as he might be. However, his offenses carry their own punishment, and I have nothing to say against him.
I'm sure he is very rich, Fred. At least you always tell me so.
What of that, my dear? His wealth is of no use to him. He don't do any good with it. He don't make himself comfortable with it. He hasn't the satisfaction of thinking he could ever benefit us with it.
I have no patience with him.
Who I have? I'm sorry for him. Couldn't be angry with him if I tried. Who suffers by his ill whims? Himself. Always. Here, he takes it into his head to dislike us, won't come and dine with us. What's the consequence? He won't lose much of a dinner.
Indeed. I think he loses a very good dinner.
Well, I'm very glad to hear it, plump sister. I was only going to say that the consequence of his not making merry with us is, as I think, that he loses some pleasanter moments and some pleasanter companions.
Come, it is time for us to go.
Let's play yes and no.
Wait, please, here's a new game. 1/2 hour, Spirit.
No.
Only one?
No.
But I want to play.
Fred, you start. Think of something.
All right. All right. I've got it.
Is it a place?
No.
Is it a thing?
Yes. I'll tell you this at least. It's an animal.
Is it alive?
Yes.
Is it savage or is it tame?
You can only answer yes or no.
Is it tame then?
No. I'd say savage.
Does it growl?
Oh, yes, most definitely.
Can I eat it?
Oh, no.
Is it a tiger?
No.
A bear?
Is it a bear?
Mm-mm.
Is it a pig?
No.
A dog?
No.
Was it in London?
Yes.
Do we ever see it?
Oh, yes.
A zoo?
Is it kept in a zoo?
Is it killed in a market?
No.
Does it have a master?
No.
I know. I have found it out. I know what it is.
What is it?
What is it?
It's your Uncle Scrooge.
No.
Yes! Yes!
I object. Your reply to, is it a beast, should have been yes.
Anyway, he has given us plenty of merriment, I am sure.
they saw, and far they went, and many homes they visited.
but always with a happy end.
Scrooge and the spirit stood beside sick beds, and they were cheerful.
On foreign lands, and they were close at home.
By struggling men, and they were patient in their greater hope.
By poverty, and it was rich.
In almshouse, hospital, and jail, in misery's every refuge, and vain man in his little brief authority had not made fast the door and barred the spirit out. He left his blessing, and taught Scrooge his precepts.
My life upon this globe is very brief. It ends tonight.
Tonight,
Tonight at midnight. Hark, the time is drawing near. Look, down here, man, look.
They were a boy,
And a girl.
yellow, meager,
Ragged,
scowling,
wolfish,
No change,
no degradation,
No perversion of humanity in any grade. Through all the mysteries of wonderful creation, has monsters half so horrible and dread.
Spirit, are they yours?
They are man's, and they cling to me, appealing from mankind. This boy is ignorance, and this girl is want. Beware them both and all of their degree. But most of all, beware this boy, for upon his brow I see that which is due, unless the writing be erased. Deny it, and bid the end.
Have they no refuge or resource?
Are there no prisons? Are there no workhouses?
Are there no prisons? Are there no workhouses? Are there no prisons? Are there no workhouses? Are there no prisons? I'm in the presence of the ghost of Christmas yet to come. Ghost of the future. I fear you more than any spectre I have seen. But, as I know your purpose is to do me good, and as I hope to live to be another man from what I was, I am prepared to bear you company, and do it with a thankful heart. Will you not speak to me? Lead on! Lead on! The night is waning fast. It is precious time to me, I know. Lead on, spirit!
They scarcely seemed to enter the city, for the city rather seemed to spring up about them. But there they were, in the heart of it, in the change amongst the merchants.
5,
5! No, I don't know much about it. Either way, I only know he's dead.
When did he die?
Last night, I believe.
Why? What was the matter with him? Oh, I thought he'd never die.
God knows.
What has he done with the money?
Left it to his company, perhaps. He hasn't left it to me, that's all I know.
It's likely to be a very cheap funeral. For upon my life, I don't know of anybody to go to it. Suppose we make a party and volunteer.
I don't mind if a lunch is provided, but I must be fed if I make one.
He looked about in that very place for his own image, but another man stood at his accustomed corner. And though the clock pointed to his usual time of day for being there, he saw no likeness of himself among the multitude that poured in through the porch.
It gave him little surprise, however, for he had been revolving in his mind a change of life, and thought and hoped he saw his newborn resolutions carried out in this.
They left the busy scene and went to an obscure part of the town, to a low shop, where iron, old rags, bottles, bones, and greasy offal were bought. Amongst the wares he dealt in, a grey-haired rascal sat smoking his pipe.
Just as Scrooge and the Phantom came into the presence of this man, a woman with a heavy bundle slunk into the shop.
But she had scarcely entered when another woman, similarly laden, came in too. Let the charwoman alone to be the first, let the laundress alone to be the last. Look here, old Joe, here's a chance, if we haven't all three met here without meaning it.
You couldn't have met in a better place. What have you got to sell?
What odds then? What odds, Mrs. Stillbuck? Every person has a right to take care of themselves. He always did. Who's the worse for the loss of a few things like these? Not a dead man, I suppose.
No, indeed.
If he wanted to keep him after he was dead, oh, wicked old screw. Then why wasn't he more natural in his lifetime? If he had been, then he'd have had someone to look after him when he was struck with death, instead of lying, gasping out his last there, alone by himself.
It's the truest word that ever was spoke. It's a judgment on him.
I wish it was a little heavier one. And it should have been, you may depend upon it, if I could have laid my hands on anything else. Open that bundle, old Joe. Let me know the value of it. Speak out plain. I'm not afraid to be the first, nor afraid for them to see it.
What do you call this? Bed curtains?
Ah, bed curtains.
His blankets?
Why, whose else's do you think?
He isn't likely to take cold without him, I dare say. Ah, you may look through that shirt till your eyes ache, but you won't find a hole in it, nor threadbare place. It's the best he had, and a fine one too. They'd have wasted it if it hadn't been for me.
What do you call wasting of it?
Why, putting it on him to be buried in, to be sure. That's the end of it, you see. He frightened everyone away from him when he was alive, to profit us when he was dead.
There's 1, 2, and this other one makes 3. Thanks, Joe.
Spirit, I see. The case of this unhappy man might be my own. My life tends that way now. Merciful heaven, what is this?
He recoiled in terror, for the scene had changed, and he almost touched a bare, uncurtained bed.
A pale light, raised in the outer air, fell straight upon the bed, and on it, unwatched, unwept, uncared for, was the body of this unknown man.
Let me see some tenderness, connected with the death, or this dark chamber spirit will be forever present to me.
The mother and her daughters were engaged in sewing, but surely they were very quiet.
And he took a child and set him in the midst of them.
Have I heard those words? I did not dream them. Why does he not go on?
The color hurts my eyes. I better now again. It makes them weak by candlelight, and I wouldn't show weak eyes to your father for the world. It must be near his time.
Past it, rather. I think he's walked a little slower than he used these past few evenings, Mother.
I have known him walk with Tiny Tim upon his shoulder.
So have I. Often.
And so have I. He was very light to carry, and your father loved him so that it was no trouble. No trouble.
Spectre, something informs me that our parting moment is at hand. Tell me, what man that was, with the covered face, whom we saw lying dead.
The ghost of Christmas yet to come conveyed him to a dismal, wretched churchyard.
Before I draw near that stone to which you point, answer me one question. Are these the shadows of things that will be? Or are they shadows of things that may be only? Men's courses will foreshadow certain ends. But if the courses be departed from, the ends will change. Oh, tell me I may yet change these shadows you have shown me by an altered life. Am I that man who lay upon the bed? No. Spirit. Oh no, no, Spirit! Hear me! I am not the man I was! I will not be the man I must have been but for this intercourse! Why show me this if I am past gone home?
Ebenezer Scrooge.
I will honor Christmas in my heart and try to keep it all the year. I will live in the past, the present, and the future. The spirits of all three shall strive within me. I will not shut out the lessons that they teach. Oh, tell me I may smudge away the writing on this stone!
What? The one as big as me?
What a delightful boy! Yes, my buck!
It's hanging there now.
It's a pleasure to talk to him! It's a don't buy it!
Walker!
No, I'm in earnest. Go and buy it and tell them to bring it back here. So I may give them the direction of where to take it. Come back with the man and they'll give you a shilling. Come back with them in less than 5 minutes and they'll give you half a crown. I'll send it to Bob Cratchit's. He shan't know who sends it. It's twice the size of Tiny Tim. There never will be such a joke as sending it to Bob shall be.
The hand in which he wrote the address was not a steady one, but write it he did, somehow, and went downstairs to open the street door, and, standing there, the knocker caught his eye.
I shall love it as long as I live! I scarcely ever looked at it before. What an honest expression it has on its face. It's a wondrous knocker! Good King Wenceslas stood out on the feast of Stephen, when the snow lay round about, deep and crisp and even. Brightly shone the moon that night, though the frost was cruel, when a poor man came in sight, gathering winter fuel. Good afternoon!
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
How do you do, sir? And madam, how do you do? I hope you were successful yesterday. It was very kind of you. A Merry Christmas to you both.
Mr. Scrooge?
Yes, that is my name. Though I fear it may not be very pleasant to you. Allow me to ask your pardon. With the goodness.
Lord bless me.
Lord bless me.
My dear Mr. Scrooge, are you serious?
If you please, and not a farthing less. There are many back payments included in it, I assure you. Will you do me that favor?
Well,
Don't speak, please. Come and see me. Will you come and see me?
I will.
Thank ye, I am much obliged. I thank you 50 times. Bless you.
Good afternoon.
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 He went to church and walked about the streets.
And watched people hurrying to and fro.
And patted children on the head.
And questioned beggars.
And went down into the kitchen passage and up to the windows.
And found that everything could yield him pleasure.
He had never dreamed that a walk, that anything, could give him so much happiness.
In the afternoon, he turned his steps towards his nephew's house.
He passed it a dozen times before he had the courage to go up and knock.
But he made a dash and did it.
Fred,
Why, bless my soul!
I have come to dinner.
Uncle Scrooge!
Will you let me in, Fred?
Let him in? It's a mercy he didn't shake his hand off.
He felt at home in 5 minutes. Nothing could be hard to. Oh!
Wonderful party.
Wonderful games.
Wonderful unanimity.
Wonderful happiness!
But he was early at the office next morning. Oh, he was early there. If only he could be there first and catch Bob Cratchit coming late. That was a thing he had set his heart upon.
And he did it? Yes, he did. The clock struck 9. No Bob. 1:15. No Bob. A full 18 minutes and a half behind his time.
Hello. What do you mean by coming in at this time of day?
I'm very sorry, sir. I am behind my time.
You are? Why, yes, I think you are.
Step right this way, sir.
Mr. Scrooge, we were making rather merry yesterday, sir. It shall not be repeated.
My friend, I cannot stand this sort of thing any longer. Therefore, I am going to raise your salary. Merry Christmas, Bob.
Mr. Scrooge?
A merrier one than I have given you for many a year, which is why I am raising your salary and am endeavoring to assist your struggling family. We'll discuss your affairs this very afternoon over a bowl of smoking bishop, Bob. Make up the fires and buy another toll schedule before you dot another I, Bob Cratchit. Bob? Bob? Bob?
Scrooge was better than his word. He did it all and infinitely more.
And to Tiny Tim, who did not die, he was as a second father. He became as good a friend,
As good a master,
As good a man,
as the good old city knew.
Or any other good old city, town, or borough in the good old world.
Some laughed to see the alteration in him, but he let them laugh, and little heeded them.
For his own heart laughed.
and that was quite enough for him.
he had no further interchange with spirits.
But lived in that respect upon the total abstinence principle.
Ever afterwards.
And it was always said of him that he knew how to keep Christmas well, if any man alive possessed the knowledge.
And may that be truly said of us, and all of us.
And so, as Tiny Tim observed,